Good morning, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Good evening. What career should I choose? That's the topic for today. There are three things that I can give you as a quick takeaway on what career you should choose. So good day to you, Facebook, good day to you, Insta. The first thing is that, you can make a list because you know what you don't like. You are completely 100% convinced of what you don't like. So make a list of everything that you don't like and then go do the opposite of that. Because once you do a brain dump of a brain dump, let me make a slight clarification there. Once you do a brain dump of everything that you don't want to do, what you do want to do becomes more obvious, because a lot of people say, I don't know what I want to do. I have no idea what it is that's right for me. In that case, that you're kind of suffering from a stagnation, kind of like a paralysis of decision making. And so the easiest way to get out of that suffocation of not being able to make a decision or to get clarity on a decision is to simply make a list of everything that you do not want in a job, in a profession, in a career. And then conversely, now it's so much easier to see what the flip side would be for you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I'd recommend is to go and do the passion process. Go to unboxyourgift.com. It's a free process. It will teach you, show you, guide you, and really give you the know-how of how to just dive into your own soul, dive into your own personal development, dive into what speaks loudly to you so you can unwind, unravel, find out for sure what it is that you are good at. And it's a free resource. It's called the Passion Process, but go ahead and download that. But aside from that, and that's really going deep within yourself. But if you want to really just go for a question that I was going to ask you so you can get really clear on what it is, what career you should be choosing. The first thing that I would ask you is, well, what have you done or what do you want to be remembered for that you haven't done yet? So let that just sit with you for a moment. What do you want to be remembered for that you haven't done yet? And if the word remember is triggering you, thinking, oh, that's too ego, it has too much ego involved, or that word creates too much ego, or, it's all about me, then what do you want to leave in the world that you haven't yet done? So just the word, changing that word remember and leave. If you are a person that's wound up with, I don't want to touch my ego, which is beautiful, then change the question around to what do I want to leave in the world that I haven't yet done? And that's now going to make you think, well, why am I, so what is it exactly that I want to leave in the world? What is it that I want to do? And then the next question is, well, why haven't I done it yet? Because I want to make more money, because I have to wait until wait till the kids grow, wait till something has to happen. Something's got to happen for you to do it. What is that waiting period? What has to happen? Why do the conditions have to be perfect or to your near perfection for that to happen? Because the truth of it is there's no guarantee that can happen. And the truth of it is there's no guarantee that you can wait in that amount of time, right? And so for that reason, I want you to really pay attention to, well, what is it that I want to leave in the world and I haven't yet done? Because that's going to get really real with yourself. And in fact, I'm reading this book at the moment. It's called Start With Why. It's by Simon Sinek. It's a great read. I have only started it. But on a side note, let me just tell you something that's really revolutionized. That's a big word, but really changed how I do my morning routine. And this credit goes to Robin Sharma. I did the 20-20-20 rule. So in the morning, I wake up and I pray. Then the next 20 minutes, I go and do a workout of anything. I just have to get my body to move, because that gets the endorphins flowing. That gets me thinking in a way, critically, that if I just go and get ready and then start work, it just doesn't get me to that peak performance mindset, right? So 20-minute workout, then a 20-minute reflecting on my day, just like centering myself. So what's the intention for the day? What is my work looking like for today? What has to get done? What are my big goals? Why am I doing these little things? What's the big deal? What's the big goal? What's the purpose of it all? Like, what am I heading towards? What's the destination that by me doing this to-do list today, what's the destination? So I'm just trying to get myself to think so that I don't fall into in that mind of getting lazy or getting bored or getting unproductive, right? That's what my 20 minutes for that is about, the reflection time. Then after that, it's 20 minutes of me pretty much learning. That's the best part of my morning. Is 20 minutes I just spend and I just learn something. I don't care what it is, if I'm learning anything. And that to me has been the biggest game changer, apart from the exercise and the reflection and the learning, the game changer, because now I'm feeding my mind before I go and do in the world or I go do my work. I'm feeding my mind. And that to me is so important, because now you have a boost of energy. You've got a boost of confidence. You have a new set of skill sets that you've just touched on that you can take with you and now go and do in the world. So that's just a side note of how magnificent the 2020 is. So if you want to try that to get a morning routine to really pump you, that's the best way that I've known it's worked for me. So, but here's the thing, when I ask you the question, what do you want to leave in the world that you haven't yet done? Here's something that I really, when I was learning this morning, here's what hit home for me. Steve Wozniak is obviously the co-founder of Apple. I'm not going to go and talk about Apple and how great they are and blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows, everyone's got an iPhone or a computer or have heard of them somehow, somewhere. But here's about something about Steve Wozniak that I learned this morning in my 2020. Steve Wozniak, a man not motivated by money, envisioned a nobler purpose for the technology. He saw the personal computer as a way for the little man to take on a corporation. And so what that means and how that is significant for you and what career you should choose is that motivation of Steve Wozniak answers the question, what do I want to leave in the world that I haven't yet done? And that was his go-to, that he wanted to create something, the personal computer. And his motivation behind that was, I want the little man, the everyday person, the ability to take on corporations. And that's what he's left in the world. Now it's taken on a whole new meaning. It's opened up whole new industries. But at the very beginning, that's what his go-to was. And that's what makes it so juicy. That's what makes it so incredible, that his vision that he wanted to leave in the world has already been done. And that's why he and obviously Jobs were able to get through all those breakdowns that took place during the launch of Apple. It was really that answer, asking that question, what do I want to leave in the world that I haven't yet done? And that then the career, the work, the profession kind of reveals itself to you when you ask that question, because you really want to be able to be of service of some kind, right? Every human being wants to have their life be of value in some way, some shape, some form, that your life made a difference for another creation. That's the whole point. Especially when I am working with people, the number one reason why people want to change careers or start a new one or end a current one is because they want to be able to do something. They want to be able to do something that has them feel that they are adding value in the world, that their life has meaning, that their contribution matters, and it matters based on what they feel it matters, not what someone else thinks. And the best way to get to that and just get really laser focused with that is to ask yourself, what do I want to leave in the world that I haven't yet done? And that there's now going to guide you. And if you're going to say, well, I want to do X or I want to do Y, well, why haven't I done it yet? Because whatever it is that you're waiting for, that's what's stopping you, even though you think that's what's helping you. It's not. Whatever you think is stopping you, because you have to wait for the kids to grow up, to have kids, to make X amount of dollars, whatever it is, that's the thing that's stopping you, even though you think that might help you. Because really what's pushing you into the world, what's pushing you into making and giving you energy, energizing you, is really answering that question for yourself and then just working towards that, and then everything else follows. Because that's really the secret to what career you should choose. And the reason why I said before that you should really focus on your passion is because before you can go and have a career or start a profession, it starts with really, well, what is it that lights me up? What is it that really energizes me? What is it that gives me energy? That's what really passion is. And then the absolute blessing of taking that passion and turning it into a profession, that is the go-to. That is the end dream. That's when you've made it, really. When you can take something you love and turn that into an everyday profession where you can do it day in, day out. That's called making it, really. minus all the titles or the prestige or the dollars that are attached to it, because that all can be great. But the opportunity, the blessing, the capability and the courage, because what does courage mean? And I've got it on my board here. Courage means being scared, being afraid, but doing it anyway. Courage means being afraid and doing it anyway. And I've got the definition written on my board that I'm looking at right now, because it's not saying that I'm not scared. It's like I'm petrified, but it's being afraid and doing it anyway. So if you can answer that question for yourself, you'll get so much more fine-tuned into what career you should choose, minus the doubting, minus the doubting, minus the going back and forth, minus the, the indecisiveness, minus the ability of listening to others, minus the fact that you're going to now call on fear, but I don't have this, but I don't have that, and I don't have that. You don't have a lot of things, and yet you have so many things. And you need to focus on that things that you do have currently, which can really guide you closer to that thing which you want to leave in the world. And that's what you want to be choosing from. That's really what you want to be choosing from. Because outside of that, everything else is just noise. Outside of that is all just plain noise. And the reason why it's noise is because that it's all a distraction. You have to get all your ducks lined up before you do X. You have to do no one's really guaranteed any moment. No one's guaranteed tomorrow. And so if you have the intention, because actions are judged by intentions. In the spiritual world, actions are judged by intentions. And so if that is true for you, and if you believe that, then if you intend to go towards it, if you intend to walk towards it, then it's just a matter of time for that to come to fruition, and you always get rewarded for that which you intend, even though you may not have time on the clock in the world to make it happen. And I'm not trying to sound more, but I'm just trying to sound realistic about what the real deal is, because no one's guaranteed any amount of time. And so all we are guaranteed is this moment. And if in this moment you can make the intention to work towards that thing that you want to leave in the world, then that there is the reward. And that there is you currently taking the first step towards working towards it and getting out of this is hard, this is not working out, or this is, getting sidetracked with the stuff that is noise versus working on that stuff that really speaks to your soul. So I hope that's helped with the question that was asked about what career should I choose? And be very mindful, guys, that you don't go to someone and say, well, you tell me what career I should do. Tell me, should I be an electrician? Should I be a mathematician? Nobody can tell you specifically what you should do. And the reason for that is because nobody has lived the world, seen the world through your eyes, heard the world through your ears. And the way you've heard the world, seen the world, tasted the world is a very different interpretation than anyone else on the planet. Not even twins are the same. If you have a set of twins, they will experience the same thing in life, have the same parents, but they will still have different experiences, interpretation of the same thing. And so that's twins, who have the same makeup, who are born together, who have this. Can you imagine all of us different human beings peppered all around the world, how we interpret things? And therefore, for someone to say, here's what I think you should do, they can give you an advice, they can give you guidance, but only you truly know what you want to leave in the world that you really haven't done yet. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the world. And my advice to myself and to you, life is a gift, unbox it.